enhance your lifestyle, especially in your older age. We're all growing old. Something is going to happen to us. So I want to be able to make it worthwhile for us since this is the last one. Okay? Right to the first slide. I didn't say that. Gandhi said that. Actions make your habits. Your habits forms your values. And your values determines your destiny. And I hope you'll get a little clearer at the end of this talk. Next slide. So first I'll just talk about how Taiji affects me, just my personal life. And I was just thinking, in the last year, I got involved in a couple of things. I made a talk last year. So what have I learned last year, in the last 12 months, that I can share with everybody, and so they can take it home and they will benefit in. And Taiji, it's not just something for in the class. It's not just we'll go to the class and do Taiji and that's the end of it. To me, I use that as a foundation to quickly learn other sports. And the example of that is I got involved with 2 new sports in the last 12 months. Swimming, I didn't do it before, I'm doing it now. And softball, now I'm on the team. I got to get tested and all that, and I'm on the team. So, and I just want to share my experience, how you can leverage that maybe for something you like to do, including dancing, or walking, even running, or many others. One more thing, the third bullet, if you're just doing Taiji, it's not enough. Just like if you're only doing one sport, not enough. Be careful, because you may get hurt. I played tennis for 20, 30 years. I used to play tennis 4 or 5 times a week, even 6 times a week. Not good. I didn't do a lot of other things. I got hurt. My wife can testify. I can come home with a wrist problem, elbow problem, shoulder problem, knee, hip, knee. Just about every joint in my body got hurt once in a while because some of the muscles you just don't use. And once in a while you use it, you got hurt. And therefore, it has to be diversify your sports. So you have to think about some strength training, some aerobics, some anaerobics, and a lot of Taiji is the foundation for that. And I'm just going to say that once you make that as a good habit, and it's going to help to be able to change your life. Next slide. So what are some common grounds for Taiji and sports? The first thing I noticed is posture and balance. Posture and balance is in every sport, no matter all the things I just talked about, dancing, walking, running. The balance and posture, there's 2 types. One is static, you got to think about static, and one is dynamic. And if you're doing something, you can do it statically, doesn't mean it's dynamically done. And there was some demonstration before. Once you raise your hand, your balance is different. So you got to be aware when you do a dynamic balance and static balance, what's the difference? And that's all in all sports. And remember Tri Lao Shi was here, Shi Zhongshan, and he was showing, he asked some people come up on board and said, you see this guy, is he balanced? Is he balanced? He was pretty balanced. Until Tri Lao Shi walked one step closer to him, and everybody still think he's balanced. To me, he wasn't. And I'm very sensitive. I'm playing tennis. If you play doubles, I can tell the guy is going to poach or not. Poach means you're going to cut off somebody and go one way or go the other way. I can tell the guy is ready to go one way or the other way, simply by looking at the balance of the person. So when Tri Lao Shi walked one step closer, I see the guy move a little bit to the other side, just because of the cheese of Tri Lao Shi or something. And the person just slided just a little bit to the other side. Not you, Pan Lao Shi. It's not you. It was the other friend of us. But it doesn't matter who that is. You may not be conscious. Your balance, sometimes you may be walking like this. You may be a little bit the other side. And are you also, when you're doing Taiji, are you doing Taiji like this? Or sometimes you think about it, well, we're always starting to look up. Why are we looking up? Because we're like this, and in order to look ahead, your head will be up all day long. I'm exaggerating. So it'll be like this. So you'll be looking up all day. So Taiji will help you for that posture. And then next thing is more dynamics. Faji, when you get the power into something, all the sports have that. When you get the power into something, what's the body mechanics to get the power to the right place? That involves a couple of things. All the linkages you got to get there, and the timing. And also, of course, strength and flexibility, especially the lower part of your body, your torso. That's a lot of strength of your body. And the inside, relaxation, meditation, that's also part of Taiji. That's also in common with a lot of sports. When you play sports, in order to avoid injuries, you have to be very relaxed. And finally, it trains your brains too. It's a brain training. You got to remember the steps, you got to remember the form, so you can do it naturally. And that also applies to all the sports. You have to know the rules, and you have to be able to do certain things at a certain time. So if I can have the next slide. First of all, just talk about the softball that just got involved. When you hit the ball, balance is number one. You get it standing, that's a static balance. You've got to get a static balance. But when you do a hit, you've got to shift your weight and do a pronate on one hand, supinate on the other hand. You still got to finish with a balance. So if you see a lot of people when they practice, including me, when they do the